What is going on YouTube? So in this video I'm going to go over 4 filming tips that are going to help you to go viral. So ideally after this video you're going to learn a lot of new things and you're going to be able to go viral more often. So the product I'm going to be featuring in this video is this dog leash. So I actually did run this in the past and I believe I made like a few £100 of it. I'm not going to lie, it was like, you know, an early product early in sort of my journey with organic. So yeah, either way it's still a pretty good product. It did actually get featured in a few YouTube videos as well that I've seen in the past. I would do a case study on it, but the store's long gone now. So, but yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it. So I'm going to be showing you here with like sort of the product and this camera. And the first one I want to talk about is lighting. So basically with lighting, obviously everyone talks about like the studio lights and everything, which are great to use, but you got to also utilize the natural lighting right here. So I live in the UK, and if you live in the UK as well, you'll know that it's hardly ever sunny, you know. But right now it's like almost summer, so the sun is really coming out now. So you've got to really take advantage of that, right? Because it's just free lighting, you know. It saves you having to set up all the studio lights and everything. And a lot of the times it'll work out better as well because it's more organic to the platform because it is just sunlight. It's not like a studio setup. So as you can see right here, no extra setup, literally just a tripod and a phone, and that's all you need when you're filming in sunlight. So I'm hoping you can see this phone here, but basically what I'm saying is if you look at that right now, it looks so much better in the sunlight compared to, like, let me change the angle here, compared to if you had it over here where it just clearly doesn't look as good just because, you know, there's no sunlight on it and it's just a little bit like darker in this corner. So that's why you want to make sure you've got some good sunlight as well if you're not going to be using studio lights, of course. As I say, I definitely still recommend you getting studio lights because I mean, if you're not fortunate enough to live in a country that's like always kind of sunny, then you definitely need studio lights as well because you cannot rely on this type of weather in the UK. But like I say, I mean, the phone's gone off here, but it does look a lot better when it's kind of like this. So yeah, that's the first thing I want to kind of go over, the one first tip I want to go over. So let's get straight into the next one. So the next one here is going to be moving straight on from that, which is filming each clip multiple times. So I'm actually going to be filming the video now. So again, we're going to just be using this product and this setup right here. So normally I'd probably use a different style of background. Like when I was filming with this product before, I was using more like, you know, the outside backgrounds and everything. But, you know, I don't want to really reveal too much of like my setup or anything, because obviously I'm still active using all of these different setups. But here enough is still a pretty good setup. I remember one of, like, I believe it was one of my viral videos or something, had something to do with the coat hanger anyway, to do with the lead inside. So it still works, you know, and it's not an awful setup at all, just for a little hook. So products like this as well, I'm going to talk more on it in the sort of the next part. But products like this are, you know, they've got good branded packaging, so you've got to take advantage of that with your hooks. So, for example, the first hook, right? If I want to get a good hook of the box coming in, you know, I could go from the side like that, or I could come in from this side like that way. Kind of depends which best in the lighting. I could even come down like this, so it's like an outward angle. Also, you can like take advantage of CapCut when it comes to like using, I believe they're called, I've actually forgot the name of them now, the keyframes I believe it is, and that's basically where you can like zoom in to your clip. So like for example here, if I wanted to go like that, I could like do a slow zoom in as the product's coming in, and then you can like sort of have it stop at a certain area, and then you can kind of move on to the next part. So basically what I want to say is you've got that part. So let's say we want to film our hook, right? We'll actually film it. So if we get recording right here and we just go like that. So that one was okay, but okay, a little bit high. Okay, that was not great. Okay, that one was okay. Not great. Yeah, that one was good. So usually I'll try and stop it once I've got one that was really good, just so I don't have to like go through too many clips. But you know, if I feel like I've got one that's good, but I feel like I can get even more from it, I'll then go and, you know, get some more clips and then just work it out in CapCut the next day when my storage actually ran out mid filming that. But as I was saying, I'll figure out which clip I'm going to be using, which one was the best on CapCut the next day. I'll just try and hint it to myself whilst I'm filming, just to give me an idea. But basically, next kind of clip you're going to go for here is just something else. You've already introduced the product. Now you're just going to want an extra little movement just to kind of show it again. So, I mean, something like that could work, like a little shake or something, especially if you've got a product that's got something inside of it. So, for example, maybe like, you know, the advent calendars that worked before. You know, you could have one of those like sort of in front, and then you could like shake it like that, maybe something like that. Just because obviously there's something inside of it. Now this one, I mean, you could do something like that as well. You could just do a little shake. So I mean, I guess we could add that to the video right now. Just do something like that was all right. Again, I wasn't too happy with those, but in the end, you can just decide what you want to use. So, you know, if you're not too happy with the clip you got, you can just, you know, use a different clip there. I think the next part, because it's in a box, obviously you've got to take advantage of products that come with these like sort of branded looking packages, because it's just an advantage to you. You know, you've already got packaging and everything for yourself. So it's great for videos as well, because unboxing videos work really well with any product really. Just because it keeps the viewer watching, you know, and sort of by the time a viewer's watched a certain length of a video, they're just going to keep watching till the end because, like, you know, they've already started it now, so they might as well. So if you can capture their attention with that first movement, just like something bringing it in, and they see a dog on it, it's automatically going to attract dog lovers or dog owners. And then obviously they see it's in a package, they want to see what it is, so they're going to wait until you open it. So next thing here, you're going to just do a little opening. So, I mean, again, the movements aren't finalised here, but I'm just going to be doing something like this. So, maybe something like that. Okay, that's all right. Okay, maybe something like that. But again, we'll kind of decide after. But I'm going to move on to the next point now before I kind of override things. Right, so now we've got a few clips and everything already. The next thing you want to keep in mind, the next thing that help you go viral is changing angles during a video. So again, ideally you're going to have a better background than something like this, but this is just like an example. So if we've had that as our hook, you know, the things came in, we can then change the angle just so the background moves a bit. So it's not just like all one still image, you know what I mean? Like if it's all just like come in here and then it's sort of like come in there, you know, we could change it up a little bit. So maybe even just a little turn like this, just so we introduce something else in the background. So I don't actually know if you can see that here, but if we just like fix the angle of this real quick, you can kind of see that. We could literally just do the next part here. So we've already had, and I mean, like I said, the sunlight looks really good there as well. So we've already had that first sort of, you know, little bit there at the start with the hook. So now we could, obviously I got that clip before, but now we've changed the angle a little bit. We could just turn it around and do something like here. So, you know, maybe opening it like that, or maybe even like that. If we have that like here. Yeah, we could do something like that, like an opening. Again, you just test the angles around. You're going to have a video to base it off. So anything like that, really. And again, because we've changed the angle there, it's just going to help with a bit more viewer retention in the video in general. So that's the next clip there. So we'll see what we're going to do next now. So I actually did just come up with another idea for a movement. So like I say, it's all kind of a test, especially if you just started running the product, you don't know the movements that work yet. You only know based on competitor content. You know, you can try out new things, and as soon as you find that one thing, you know, that one movement, that one whatever it is, that one hook, that one sound, you can then just keep like repeating it, and not even just repeating it, but also split testing, so you can find that perfect video. Because you'll see like a lot of people on Instagram have these accounts where they'll just be posting practically the same video every single time, you know, the same video concept, and it just works every single time. And that's just how the algorithm works. You know, if the algorithm picks up a video that people like, it's just going to push it out every single time. So another movement I was thinking is a bit more of like an energetic movement. So I was thinking something like, you know, instead of just bringing it in like that, we could do like a, damn, not that. Let's not do that. We could do something like a flick or something like that. So, you know, where we're kind of catching it. So I mean, if you can keep that in the camera angle, that's ideal. This definitely works better for sort of products that are for maybe like a younger audience or so, like, you know, getting the attention up of like kids and whatever. But I mean, something like that is pretty cool, you know. Like if we record that right now, if we do like something like that, or like a, yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I mean, if we look at that clip back, I'm pretty impressed with that one, to be honest. Like where this next clip here is really cool, and you can catch it like that, and you can get obviously a better version of that. But like I say, it will work better with specific products, especially more of like, you know, the toy style of products or whatever, like that, gadgets, stuff like that, energetic videos. It's going to work best with. But that's another thing to keep in mind, you know, just do some crazy movement and it could work as well. Because like I said, that's what the algorithm likes, that's what people like watching, energetic content and good videos like that. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But without further ado, we'll get on to the last point of this video. So YouTube, it is now 3 days later, and the reason being for that is because when I actually came to edit this video, all of like the sound footage had gone, or like most of the sound footage. So, you know, I'm just going to be recording the extra few clips here now because I wanted to get this video out for you all. But yeah, so basically, last clips we've gone over like all the other different parts of movements and everything. So this one's going to be like more of the unboxing, because obviously with products like this, it's not going to be the same with every product. But you know, you've got some products that are coming in packaging already, which is kind of a bonus for you, right, as well, because you know, if you're trying to film a product and it doesn't really have packaging already, sometimes you got to go and get your own. So you know, it's just a bonus if it comes with like branded looking packaging. Um, but yeah, so I mean, we've already got the part where we've kind of done like this, and it's kind of really open. So I mean, all you're going to do here, again, you'd ideally want a better background than this. This is just a bit of an example, but you know, products like this, I could just have like a clean movement. So I could literally just open it like something like that, or obviously not have my arm in the way there. So if I held it with this one, I could literally just do a clean opening like that. Like literally just a simple opening, maybe like that. Yeah, that'll be okay. Getting the sunlight on it. Another thing I want to mention here is the use of keyframes in CapCut. So specifically, like with more energetic and highly edited videos and products. So you know, you're looking at like your products like the anime watches, for example. I've seen it used on using keyframes to basically zoom in and sort of move around when you're doing something like an unboxing. So for example, I could be holding this box here, and then I could just slowly open it up like that. But then you'd be doing like a keyframe, so eventually it's going to be like zoomed in like that near the end of it. But like I say, you're not going to be really doing that with a product like this, because this is mainly targeted towards adults, because dog owners. So that's not really the kind of content they're trying to watch and trying to look for. They're just trying to look for, you know, just some nice engaging content, nothing too over edited or anything. But again, that's something to keep in mind, right? When you come in to edit your videos and when you come in to think of concepts for videos, don't try and put like some crazy edited funk music and stuff on like a dog product, because you know, unless it's like, for example, the like those dog toys, like those funny dog toys, like the dog cigars and stuff like that, unless it's like a funny toy like that, you know, serious dog products like this, there's no need to be putting like anything crazy on. But so that's keyframes if you want to do that with your specific product. But again, unboxings can literally just be that. So like you could have it there in the sunlight, and then probably like the next thing I'd do after that is actually bring the product out of the box. So if I was holding it in this hand, I could simply just, I'll just switch over there, simply just grab the actual product and just like bring it out here. But ideally, I want the box to come out of the frame as well. So it's kind of like two things happening at once, right? You got to think, you know, say for example, a viewer's watching this video, it needs to be like nice for them to watch, if you know what I mean. So it needs to be engaging. So, you know, I could bring that down, and then there you go. I did not hit the camera there, but you know, the box comes out of frame. You're just left with the product, and once you've got the product like that, you know, maybe you could do something, because this product specifically, it's like a retractable leash kind of thing. It's just like a useful thing for dog owners. So maybe you just want to do something like a quick, like showing how it works. I did that on a few of the videos with this product, just to kind of show how it works and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, once you've done that, I'd then just literally go and get a clip of putting it on my dog and actually setting the product up, showing how, you know, you put it on a dog. And I basically just use the same clip each time. You can do that with products like that. You know, say for example, you got a product like this, or maybe you got like a building product like the jigsaws, the Lego products. You can get videos of just building it, or you know, whatever, once, and then just keep re-editing them and just make them different each time. I mean, with Instagram, you can even just like use the same clips and same editing and everything, but TikTok specifically, you just can change the editing up and it can keep going viral as long as you got the video concept. So yeah, that's kind of kind of the things there. But obviously the last thing I want to talk about in this video is controversy. So when it comes to controversy, you want to try and be as creative as possible, especially now with the way organic's moving. You know, simply just putting like the most generic, like controversial product in the background or controversial item in the background isn't really going to cut it. So what you want to do with controversy, specifically with this product, is I did like caption controversy. Nothing too crazy, but simply just like, do not let a dog owner see this, or do not let a dog mom see this. And basically just basic human psychology, a person being told do not do something or to not do something is going to do it. So if you put on your caption, do not let blah 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 see this, and the blah 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 is basically your niche, right? Whoever you're targeting. So do not let a biker see this, do not let a car guy see this, do not let a, you know, whatever, dog owners, etc., etc., do not let someone see this. And you know, it's a very, very used caption now, and you have to be kind of careful with it, is because, you know, it's a very drop shippy caption in a way. But if you're using it on like a new product, or, you know, you're using it in a unique way, you can definitely get away with it. You know, I use it a lot and I go viral a lot, and it's, you know, it converts. But like I say, you want to make your videos organic still, so you don't want to like overuse it. You don't want to make it clearly a dropshipping video. You should only really use the caption if it's like, you know, a normal looking video. It's organic. It's not like dropshipping. And what I mean by dropshipping is like, you know, the casual, classic like marble background, stuff like that. You know, if you make it very clear that it's a dropshipping product and a dropshipping video, it's going to just attract like other dropshippers. So you want to avoid that. But yeah, so like I say, in the sense of this, I wasn't too controversial with it, but just that slight little bit of controversy, telling someone not to do something and they end up doing it anyway, is what made it go viral, because that was the one video that went viral with it. But like I say, there's so many ways to be controversial in the modern day, really. So just, yeah, just try out different captions, different things. You can do physical controversy as well with like items and products, like I said before. But yeah, there's kind of many different ways, so just test it out. But hopefully you found this video helpful. You know, I'll put some good work into this over some days, and, you know, get to filming and film some viral videos. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to follow more of the journey and see more videos. But yeah, for now, I'm going to end it here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.